Hi everyone. Welcome to my first Flosstube extra for FrallaKnits. My name is Stephanie. My pronouns are she, her. And as I said, this is going to be my first Flosstube extra. I'm going to go over my plans and my plans for next year and a bit of a WIP parade. These are not all of my WIPs, but they are going to be the WIPs that I intend to possibly pull out next year. So I'm in a different filming location again. This is my dining room, and as I'm sure every other homeschooling family decorates with periodic tables in their dining room, hoping the kids learn by osmosis while eating. So yeah, I think we'll just get right into it. I will start with, oh goodness, this video is going to be epic. I'm going to start with my plans that are going to carry me into the new year. So right now it is December 16th, and yeah, I can't believe we're halfway through December. If you can hear that, that is one of my cats. I put a box on the floor to catch the plethora of WIPs that I have laid out on the table. And of course, cat's gonna cat, and she's in the box. Hey, stop it. We'll see how that goes. All right, so as I was saying, plans leading into next year. I didn't really want to do a 12 by 12. I didn't think I'd be able to, or enjoy, I guess, starting 12 things all in one day. As you'll see from my WIPs, last year I had a lot of starts. I was a member of a couple of stitching challenge groups, and towards the end of last year, some of the challenges were to start kind of as many things as you could, and the stitch count to constitute a start was only 100 stitches. So there are a lot of WIPs that you're going to see that have, 100 stitches into them. But I'm hoping to remedy that next year. So again, didn't want to do 12 by 12, but I thought it might be fun to do a 12 Days of Christmas. So that's what I'm going to be doing starting on December 25th. And I have 12 starts that I will be doing for the 12 days. And I don't have flosses kitted up for them. I have fabric for most of them. And yeah, so let's get going. So for the first day of Christmas, December 25th, I am going to be starting Forest Home by the Blue Flower. There we go. And on the first day of Christmas, I have one beaver chewing. Oh, it's going to be good. I'm going to be stitching this on 32 count Oaken by Picture This Plus, I believe, maybe. Anyways, 32 count Oaken. It's a huge chunk of fabric, and I need to cut it down. Yes, I need to, these are all on like fat quarters. Might be some fat eighths in here. I intend to cut them down before I start them. So, first day of Christmas, one beaver chewing. All right, I gotta, no. I'll let the cat sit in the box, and we'll go from there. Okay, second day of Christmas. I'm gonna be stitching on Acorn Manor by Fox and Rabbit. And for my second day of Christmas, I have Two Squirrels Gathering. So yeah, that's gonna be second day. I have pulled, this is 36 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. Again, a huge cut, but I'll be cutting it down. All of these I will be stitching in, I'll probably try and stitch most of them in DMC. And if I use any fancy floss, it's gonna be Leo and Roxy or Hand Dyed by Rolanda, because I have a large stash of both. Okay, third day of Christmas. I will be stitching Coldest of Days by Teresa Kogut. Third day of Christmas, I have 3 cardinals flying. And the fabric I have pulled for that is 32 count Nocturne. Picture this plus. All right. I did my best to unzip everything, but I will be putting stuff away because there is a lot of stuff on this table, and if I don't put it away, it's gonna be chaos. All right, the 4th day of Christmas. I'm gonna be stitching Sampler Musings by Brenda Keys. On the 4th day of Christmas, I have 4 squares of stitching. Oh, kill me. I don't have any fabric pulled for this yet. I'll probably steal a chunk of one of the fabrics I already had pulled for 1, 2, or 3, or something else from my stash. All right, the 5th day of Christmas will be Find Joy by Yasmin. Whoa, Yasmin's Made with Love. And on the 5th day of Christmas, I have 5 Flowers Blooming. Again, no fabric pulled for this one, but it's a small 70 by 70, 67 by 67. Yeah, 67 by 67. So it'll just be on a scrap of something. All right, 6th day of Christmas, also by Yasmin's Made with Love, will be Beehive Cottage. And on the 6th day of Christmas, I have 6 bees buzzing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bees buzzing. All right. On the 7th day of Christmas, I have Autumn Night Garden by Tiny Modernist. Now, this was an exclusive on her Patreon, I think in November, I want to say. So it's not released to the wider public yet, but it's beautiful. And I have 7 moons changing. 7th day of Christmas. And I think I pulled a couple of, no, I only pulled the one. I have 28 count Joblin Haunted Hollow for this one. Kind of some cool modeling. All right, whereabouts are we? 8. On the 8th day of Christmas, I will be stitching from Luminous Fiber Arts. I just bought this at the Jingle Ball. This is Comfort and Joy. And on the 8th day of Christmas, I have 8 petals shining. 8 petals shining. So that's cute. No fabric and floss pulled for that one yet as well. No big deal. Okay. 9th day of Christmas. This is also by Teresa Kogut. And on the 9th day of Christmas, I'm going to be stitching, or starting, I guess, Blustery Day. And on the 9th day of Christmas, I have 9 snowflakes falling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, good. 9. 9 snowflakes falling. All right, on the 10th day of Christmas, oh my gosh, when I saw this pattern get released this year, I Insta bought it. This is Tiny Modernist, the Yule Goddess. And this is extra stretching for this one. The 10th day of Christmas, I have 10 locks cascading. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side of her head of these locks of hair cascading over her shoulders. I wanted to stitch it. I had to find something it would fit in with. So that's the Yule Goddess. The 11th day of Christmas is a biggie. Oh my goodness. Okay, the 11th day of Christmas, I'm going to be starting Ever Flowering Garden by Owl Forest Embroidery. It's humongous. I have fabric for it upstairs, and my intention is to do my own floss conversion. Again, Leo and Roxy and hand-dyed by Rolanda. Great Canadian kids. Okay, so 11th day of Christmas. If you look in this line here, there are 11 pink flowers vining. 11 flowers vining, sure. Again, wanted to start it, needed to find a way to get it to fit in. So 11th day of Christmas, ever flowering garden. And finally, on the 12th day of Christmas, I've had this in my stash for a year or two. And if you've watched this channel before, you know that I adore sunflowers, and I will be stitching Sunflowers Farm by Corey Badacore. The 12th day of Christmas, there are 12 seeds sowing. Yep. So there we go. Those will be my 12 starts for the 12 days of Christmas. Yeah, feel free to stitch along, follow along. With any luck, I'll post on Instagram, mayhaps. I should say you can find me on Instagram as FrallaKnits. All right, so we have gotten through my planned starts for bringing me into the new year. I have 2 starts planned for next year so far. It's not saying I'm not going to start more than those 2, but they're, you know, big projects I have my eye on, and I'll probably discuss them after going over my plans for the year. All right. Plans and the WIPs that go with them. I have got monthly themes that I stitch. So what I'm going to do is go through many of my WIPs fit more than one of my themes. So you'll see them in this WIP parade the first time that they come up in the year. And then just know that, you know, depending on my mood, they will probably show up again throughout the year. So we'll start off with January. January, my theme is winter. Let's see, get my pile. Oh my goodness. I currently have 2 cats looking at the box. No one in the box right now. So let's see how this goes. Okay. WIP number 1 is Modern Folk Embroidery, Rushkin's Penguins. Oh, there's a cat in the box. I'm really close to a finish on this. I should say this is what it's going to look like. I have it as a PDF. So, Rushkin's Penguins, Modern Folk Embroidery. And this is on, I believe this is, Leanne, what is your fabric company? Ooh, speaking of that, that's 3 starts that I have for next year. Oh my goodness, it's gonna, oh, I bet it's in here. Huh, Forbidden Fiber Company. There we go. The fabric is Forbidden Fiber Company. It came in a Gilmore Girls box a couple years ago. I didn't like the pattern, but I love the fabric. It's 32 count opalescent linen. Colorway is frozen. So here's where I am. I just need another penguin and to finish the border and possibly some more white dealios around. Nothing is ironed. Lighting is crazy. Welcome to my channel. All right. So WIP number 1. I have no idea how many are here. I'm doing this with a color conversion of my own. I have some Gentle Arts. I have, I believe this is a hand dyed by Rolanda, and Color and Cotton. One of the things I would, so I have goals. I have goals. I would love to finish 12 things next year. 12 plus, I should say. If you know anything about me, I'm really good at starting, not as great at finishing. So I would love to have some finishes so I can take the flosses out of these projects and use them for other starts or for other projects. Yeah, anyways, okay. This is going to take forever if I talk that much. Okay, number 2 for January, winter, is Heartstring Samplery Hibernation Day. This is also kind of my snow day stitch this season. We've had a couple of days of snow, but last week we had like a 15-degree day and raining, and this week coming up we're gonna have similar. So I think this will really get some work starting in January. And here's where I am. This is a kit that I got from Evertote, Leo and Roxy Floss and Fabric. Yeah, so that's where I am. I'm about halfway through the pattern, I would say. However, the bottom half has this ginormous house. So halfway through this, but definitely more than half of the stitches left to go. All right. Next for a winter is I've got my Love to Keep Me Warm by Heartstring Samplery. I bought this at the Jingle Ball last year. This is just a black and white printout from my computer. And here is as far as I've gotten. I'm doing this on 20 count antique white Aida. This is one of the piddly little starts. Ooh! Ah! Oh, goodness. Goodness, goodness. Stephanie, what are you thinking? What were you thinking? Okay. Next is one that you have seen on, it feels like, every Flosstuber's channel. This is the Fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. And let's see. Here's where I am. Not too exciting, but you know, it is what it is. That one I'm sure I'm doing in my own color conversion. Yeah, just a mess of floss in there. Alrighty. And next we have, ooh, a Dimensions kit. Gold Collection Petites. It is Moonlit Cabin. And it is on some dark blue Aida and tiny start. I believe it probably goes this way. Oh, oh, my boards are over there. Oh, well. We'll do this. There we go. Tiny little start again. I really enjoyed the challenge groups when I was participating in them, but I found this year I was stitching more like a theme every month, similar to what I'm planning next year, and that just worked a little better. I'm super competitive, and so when they said, you know, let's see who can start the most things, yeah. Okay, the last one that I have set aside for my winter starts in, or sorry, winter whips in January is Patchwork Hiver by Jardin Privé. You know, this could be Christmas, but winter. And so, yeah. And again, there's my start. This is on some Vintage Country Mocha Aida. And yeah, so there's January. All right, on to February. February's theme is love. So there's one that's coming over from January that was I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm. And here are all of the others. All right, love. First up is Tiny Modernist, All You Need Is Love. Cute. And oh, I've got a decent chunk going on this. Look at that. More than likely my own conversion again. All right. This is going to be an epic video. Oh my goodness. Okay. Next. Oh, this I think is a tiny start. This is Isabel's Heart. I'll have to insert a picture here. This is a Modern Folk embroidery, and this is an Evertote kit with Roxy Floss fabric and floss. And here's my tiny little start. Nothing too exciting. But I love the colors in this. The red and pink and an off-white. Beautiful on the blue fabric. Everything is gorgeous. Everyone that I've seen stitching it, I want it. I will have it one day. All right, next up is Lovebirds. I'm not sure who the designer is. This is from a magazine. Oh, it's from Autumn Lane Stitchery. Huh, cool. And tiny start. Little crown and flower and one of the lovebirds. And this is with hand dyed by Rolanda variegated thread. There we go. Beautiful. So, love it, love it. Lovebirds. One of my themes later in the year is birds, so this will be coming out again, I'm sure. All right, next is The Long Way Home, which I saw this at local needlework shop and just needed it. I love Quakers. Let's take the long way home over the river and through the woods. Through the wood. Ooh. Through the wood, not plural. You know, I have this in February for love. I have a love of the forest, of the woods, and also this makes me think of my partner. I mean, we love epic road trips, taking the long way home. All that I have is one Quaker motif. But it's beautiful. And again, I think this is my own, yeah, it must be my own color conversion. Yeah. Beautiful. So yeah, I would like to get 12 finishes next year. Obviously, this is not going to be one of them. I have enough small things that I'm hoping I'll be able to get some small finishes. You know, I might have some stretch goals. Stretching very far. We'll see. I've gotten back into reading a lot, and I also have a goal to read lots of books next year. So that's definitely taking away from stitching time, but you know, it is what it is. All right, next, Built on Love. This way. From Silver Creek Samplers. And I don't even know what way this goes, but we'll say like that. Yep. I'm pulling my own flosses for this, and so far this is just Leo and Roxy Floss Fog that I'm doing the letters in, and then I'll choose some accent colors for all the little doohickeys. All right. Next. This is Us by Needle Bling Designs. And let's see. Got some Roxy Floss falling out of here. I've got a huge piece of fabric. I believe that says hour. So how big is that? Hour. So there we go. Right in the middle. So yeah, I don't believe I'm gonna need this whole piece of fabric. Man, I don't think, well, I mean, so these are the WIPs that I have that fit my themes. It doesn't mean I'm gonna stitch on each of these, because if I do, I'm gonna get no progress. I can see myself maybe doing, you know, 4 or 5 a month, could be, maybe fewer, depends. I'll probably pull one out, stitch, 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 try and reach some sort of milestone, you know, finishing a motif on a Quaker or a line of text. And if I'm enjoying it, keep going. And if not, well, I mean, I will be enjoying it. But if I want something different, I'll pull out something, you know, something else from the pile. All right. Next is The Heart is Like a Garden. Gail Boosie. This is again from a Just Cross Stitch. That's where this is from. So there's just a black and white printout, and I'm pulling all of my own tangle of flosses. And oh, I've got some good progress. Look at that. The heart is like a garden. It grows with love and time. Wow. So I just have like some doohickeys to go around there. I'm going to go out on a limb. This will be a finish. Fully finished? Probably not. Maybe. This will be a finish. All right. Heard it here. I should probably write that down somewhere so I don't forget. Okay, next is What Remains is Love by Blackbird. Beautiful. In here I have mostly Roxy Floss and one Forbidden Fiber Company. And just a mess of messiness. There's now a cat in my box. Excellent. And, oh, I've got, this is not just a piddly start. I mean, I've got that flower. That red is gorgeous. What red is that? Hold, please. Oh, I have 2 reds in here. I have Inappropriate. I love that there's a red called Inappropriate. And Untoward. Oh my God, I love both of those. Inappropriate, Untoward. They're similar-ish. Looks like Untoward's a bit darker, and that looks like it must be what this is, Untoward. Yeah, when I saw that they put out a red called Inappropriate, I'm like, I have to stitch a complete sampler on that one day. One day. Alrighty. Oh, okay, so this is Crowned Heart. I had opened all my bags and then I just closed that one. Sorry. So this is a Modern Folk Embroidery. Do I have a printout of the actual picture? No, I do not. So I will place it here. Crowned Heart by Modern Folk Embroidery. She's a big. Oh, so pretty. I have it on a too big piece of fabric, but that's where I am right now. I am doing this possibly as a wedding sampler for myself and my partner if we ever are able to get married. So that's that. And I am doing that in, I bought, because I don't know how to estimate floss, I have 3 50-yard hanks from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. I picked that up. I picked the floss up at the First Stitch North. She was there. And I got some of that floss, and it is gorgeous. And I will probably have enough to do, you know, 2 more samplers. Okay, there's that. Hi, cat. Last one in this pile is It Must Have Been the Mistletoe, which is a heartstring samplery. Again, it's kind of Christmassy, but, you know, it must have been the mistletoe that made me love you. More love. I am doing this on 20 count antique white Aida. This is a better start than the I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm. And oh, it's gorgeous. I love the variegation in that floss. It must have B. I had to make sure I remember the N. For floss, I am using Silken Colors in the burgundy. Let's see. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Nice variegation, dark to light. All right, so there we go. We're through February. Okay. So my theme for March is going to be monochrome March. I have well, you know, I have some. I stitch a few long dogs, so they're going to show up here. I'm also doing long dog samplers in September, but you'll see them here first, so that's the pile they're in. You know what? Maybe I'll talk about, it will be my second new start that's planned for next year outside of my 12 Days of Christmas. So the first new start is a Gilmorisms Sal by Forbidden Fiber Company, and I believe it starts beginning of January, I want to say, maybe. The frames are all out now. I haven't stitched anything, haven't pulled fabric or thread. So that will be a start. This will be a start on February 29th. It is a leap year coming up, 2024. And I have joined a group on Facebook. I can't remember the name of it, so I'll put it down below. Maybe I'll even put it here if there's a hashtag. I can't remember. So it's a leap year Sal. It is choose something ginormous that you plan to complete by the next leap year, 4 years. So I am going to be doing Long Dog Samplers Saga. And I didn't really think about how long it would take me. So I was like, yeah, 4 years, that sounds like a lot of time. If it's the only thing I'm stitching on. I calculated this morning when I was getting ready for this video, and it's almost 104,000 stitches, which means it's going to be 500 stitches a week for 4 years. It is monochrome. I will give it that. I've ordered and received 2 hanks of Silks for You silk flosses. They're beautiful. I will be using one of them for this project and one for something in the future. I just don't know what one is what. I've also ordered 2 half yards of fabric from 123 Stitch that haven't arrived yet. And I'll see what floss fabric combo I like the best and go with that. So, yes, February 29th, I'll be starting Long Dog Sampler Saga, which conveniently goes right into my monochromatic March. And my plan, I think, is throughout the year to stitch on it every Sunday. Like I said, it's 500 stitches a week. So if I can work on it every Sunday, and then on the 29th of the month, catch up with any stitches that I need to catch up on that month. We'll see. We'll see. Big plans, big plans. Okay, so on to the rest of my monochromatics. First up is Modern Folk Embroidery Carnation Cushion, and I'll put a picture of it here. I am stitching this with a sulky variegated floss, and here is where I'm at. I like the variegation. It's pretty. I believe, well, you will have seen the picture, but I'm pretty sure that this is just like a mirror image on the bottom. So I'll just be stitching the same thing, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. This, I can't remember if this was my first time using sulky or if one of my long dogs that's coming up here was, but you know, sulky was really big in the Flosstube world a couple of years ago, and so I wanted to try it out. So this is the thread that I'm using. It's a 12 weight in 4014, I want to say. Yeah. So that's beautiful. Next for monochrome March, this isn't technically entirely monochrome, but it's pretty darn close. Quaker Seasons of Friendship. It's monochrome on the pattern cover, but I am doing it with 7 colors of silk, because silk is delicious. Here's where I am. So I'm stitching the bulk in, I believe it's called Moss, by Silken Colors. Oh, the cats are now fighting behind me. Awesome. And then I have 5 other colors, just for some random splashes of colors in the motif. All right. Next up, is the Pointed Fifth Long Dog Sampler. I do have a printout of what this one looks like. There it is. Just a black and white printout, but there we go. Beautiful. I am doing this pink on pink, and I love it so much. This is more Silken Colors, because silk is wonderful. And here is what I have so far. Just starting in on that whale at the bottom there. This is pretty similar-ish to Saga, but Saga is far more ginormous. Do I need 2 that are so similar? No. Do I want... Yeah, whatever. All right, the last one in monochrome that you haven't seen yet, there were a couple from earlier months, is going to be Opening Gambit by Long Dog Samplers, and I'll have to put in a photo here. This is another sulky project, and there's where I am on it, with a thread. Yeah. Oh, you know what? My son, my youngest, is obsessed with chess. I almost feel like I should pull out my initials and put his in there and give it to him. But maybe let's give it to him anyways. My initials, because I stitched it. Well, maybe he'll still be into chess when I get that done in 18 million years. Okay, April. April. My theme for April is birds. This is going to be my bird month. And I have a large stack here. All right. How's everyone doing? Do you have a mug of something delicious to keep you going? Are you stitching? Are you adding to cart? That's what always happens to me when I watch these things. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need that. Add to cart, add to cart. Okay, up first, Fractor Birds number 7. This is by Owl Stitching House on Etsy. I have a few of their patterns, all Fractor ones. I'm stitching this in, dun, 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 Roxy Floss. And there's where I am so far. This is great. It's like a coloring book. You just have to outline and then fill in stitch. Oh, it's not Roxy Floss. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's is there even Roxy Floss in here? It may be, but I'm a liar. I've got a couple of classic Colorworks and no Roxy in here at all. 3 hand-dyed by Rolanda and a color in cotton. All right. Oh, sorry for all the crinklies. Like I said, if I don't put the stuff away, it's gonna be a disaster. Okay. Next is another Fractor, also by Owl Stitching House. This is called Fractor number 1. And this one I am stitching in Leo and Roxy. Oh dear. So my own conversion, Leo and Roxy, and there we are. I love this. This is beautiful. Look at that flower at the top. It's got orange and that pinkish red and purple. Lovely. Lovely. All right. Next up is a epic will never get done project. Especially at this rate. I started this November 23rd, 2021. So it's been 2 years. This is the Garden Club series by, is it Blackbird? I think so. Yeah. So there's 12 of these. And I am stitching them all on one piece of fabric using my own colors. Oh, I have 2. I thought I only had 1 done. I have 2 done, guys. Working on number 3. It's so pretty. Ugh. Oh my goodness. I need to work on that. I need to work on all of these. I want to work on all of these. I should say I'm also going back to work full-time. I'll be back to my full-time hours by mid-January, I think. So stitching time will be going way down, but I should be able to get a lot of reading done at work. So maybe that'll free up, do the reading I want to do there, and then be able to stitch at home. All right, next bird is Nevermore by Lila Studio. And this, again, pulling my own colors, Roxy Floss. And that's all I have. Oh, pitiful, pitiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, there. Need more hours. More hours. Need to retire. That's what we need to do. All right, next is La Vie est Belle by Stitches Through the Years. I got it off of Etsy. There we go. Beautiful bird right in the middle. And I've got, oh, this is a lame start. This is one of my, I'll put 100 stitches into this and call it a start. There's a outline of a wing and a bit of a head. Beautiful. Nice work, Stephanie. All right. Yeah, I started that one November of 2022. So that was during our Start All the Things in November challenge. Next, this was my first kit that I bought from Evertote. It is a Modern Folk Embroidery, Mary Harry 1808. This very well may be my only reproduction sampler in my lineup. So anyways, there she is. So this is on, was this when Roxy was dyeing floss? Maybe. Sorry, it was when she was dyeing floss. Were they dyeing fabric at the same time too? I can't remember. Okay. Jeez, I thought I had more of that. So there it is. Excellent. That fabric is so soft. Holy. So pretty. Let's see. Does this say whether or not it's Roxy fabric? Because it doesn't say. All right. But that I started September of 2021. Okay, next up, whereabouts are we? Always Flowers Sampler. This is another one by Stitches Through the Years off of Etsy. This is gorgeous. There's a bunch of over one, I believe, in here. Yes, the words are over one. This looks like a Roxy Floss conversion. Oh my gosh, look at those colors. They are rich. And my tiny little over one stitching. Oh, so pretty. So, so pretty. I don't know, what do you think? Should I just choose, maybe choose one of these projects each month? Huh. And like really put some stitches in it? Maybe get closer to finishes? I don't know. I have so many ones that I love. All right, next, this is another gold collection from Dimensions, The Finery of Nature. Beautiful. It's got their regular cotton floss, but also has like some gold metallic. It is stitched on Black Aida. It is not my favorite, but here we are. There we go. Oh my goodness. We have got our chickadee. That is the provincial bird of New Brunswick, where I live. Beautiful. So we have a chickadee, butterflies, hummingbird, and dragonfly. I love all of it. All right. Next, Bluebird Garden. This is by, who are you buying? Artful Offerings. Gorgeous. I picked this up at Stitch North, the first Stitch North, and I grabbed Roxy flosses while I was there to go with it. And oh my goodness. Oh, Stephanie, seriously. There we go. Oh, what is this? Vintage Stormy Night. I just noticed, I'm like, this is a printed fabric. Beautiful. And it's taking up a tiny little corner of it. This, I think I bought this fabric from my local needlework shop. And so this is a cut that I would have gotten for a different project. And then, I guess didn't stitch whatever that was. And now it's in here. Beautiful. There's a whole bunch of Roxy floss that I would love to liberate. All right, last in this stack is another Owl Stitching House Fractor. Hunt for the Butterfly. I love the colors. All right, what am I doing this one in? Oh, called for DMC. What? That doesn't sound like me. And I think I've actually put a few stitches in this year. Like a few. Enough that I don't think I ever actually showed it on my Flosstube. Yeah. Again, it's a lot of outline and fill in, which is great. Okay, so April is for the birds. Oh. All right, we're at 50 minutes. We're a third of the way through the year. It's great. Okay, May. May, my theme is flowers. So you may have noticed a bunch of flowers in the other WIPs that I've already shown. So they'll be coming along as well. And here's some others. Up first, this is from The Gift of Stitching, which is, I bought like the digital, you can buy it, they don't publish anymore, but you can get their whole back catalog digitally. So this is Forget Me Not by Beth Twist, just a black and white printout, nothing exciting. Flosses, it looks like it's my own floss conversion. And this is cute. I like this fabric. What is this? It's an Aida. Driftwood. 14 count driftwood. I really like the, it looks like a comfy pair of sweatpants. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. That! Can we call this number 2 finish for this year? I can't remember what the first one was. Oh, it was another flowery one, also from a magazine. Note to self, maybe I should stitch more magazine patterns. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stitch ginormous things. All right. Next up is the Blue Flower Tudor Bee. Oh, I love it. I think she has other bees as well in the series. This is the only one I have. It looks like some DMC and some my own conversion. And this is the tiniest. Is that even 100 stitches? It must be. It must be. Look at that. I am so tiny. Tiny Tudor Bee. And that's on 40 count fog linen. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is not going to be a finish for this year. Okay. Borrowed Flowers. This is out of a magazine again. Just cross stitch. It has the chart up here, but there's, you know, a junky black and white printout. This doesn't look too bad. Look at that linen though. That's fun. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Next, we have, ooh, this is something that I got from the gift shop at the park that's close to our cottage. They had 3 cross-stitch patterns, cross-stitch kits, full kits, by this, what is it, Foxberry Cottage. And they're all kind of like maritime themed. So I've started this one, East Coast Berries. I have it in my flower section because really they're all flowers. So this is an entire kit. It's kitted with DMC. And we've got some white Aida going on. And something like this. That was a start for Start All the Things. All right. Beautiful. Next is another Stitches Through the Years from Etsy. I love their patterns. They are just beautiful. This is Summer in the Country. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. And there's sheeps. Sheep, 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 sheep. My theme for August, because August is when my birthday is sunflowers and sheep, because those are 2 of my favorite things. So this will come out then as well. And look at that. Ooh, grass flower. Fantastic. The only floss I have in here is Piney by Leo, or sorry, Roxy Flosco. This is apparently a pull as you go. All right, there we go. Next is a start from this year. This is the Mystery Garden Cell. It was part of Yasmin's Made with Love Patreon. It's now been released though, and this is as far as I have gotten. I'm just pulling my own colors, and I was doing well, and then you know how it is, fell off the wagon. All right, last in here is a tiny modernist called Always Flowers. There are always flowers for those who want to see them. Beautiful. The fabric that I have in here is fun. Look at this. And unfortunately, this is from my local shop, and all that it says is 32 count pre-cut fat quarter over dyed. So I have no idea. This is taking up the tiniest little corner though, which is sweet because I love this. I want to put more on here. So there we go. Pulling my own colors because that's how I roll. Okay, we made it through May. Congratulations. June is a very tiny pile. June, I am going to be stitching. It started off as just strawberries because that's what I think of when I think of June. It's like the first fruit of the year comes out where I live. It is strawberries. At our cottage, we have wild strawberries growing through our lawn. There is nothing better than fresh strawberries from the farmer's stand after a very long winter of no fresh fruit. So it was starting as strawberries, and then I am also doing blueberries, and then I expanded it to fruit. So I'll start with showing you my strawberry. It's Owl Forest Embroidery. This is Strawberry Summer. And I am doing this 32 count vintage Sahara linen with a Roxy Floss conversion. Oh my goodness, I have needle minder on here. Oh my. I'm hilarious. Okay, I actually am not doing too bad on this. Look at that. Look at that. I love Owl Forest threads. Their variegation is delicious. I have 4 kits of theirs. I will show you the one that I have started later on in November. But I don't know. I have my own stuff now. You know what? You never used to be able to get their charts unless you bought the kits, I think is how it was. And then when COVID came, was it because of COVID or was it because of war? Anyways, they started releasing all of their things in PDF form. So now you can get them with PDF, which means that you can use your own flosses. And yeah, I'm, doing my own conversions. All right, so that was Strawberry Summer. Here is Blueberry Summer. I love a series. I am a sucker for a series, which gets me into some series trouble. Oh, that was bad. Okay. It killed me. Oh. Here we go. Just kind of the center. What way does this go? Does this go this way? I think it goes this way. Beautiful. We have lots of wild blueberries around this part of the country. when I lived on the West Coast, there were a ton of blueberry farms, and they grow the big, like, plump, juicy ones. And then I moved out here, and wild blueberries are the thing, and they are smaller and still delicious. Okay, and then fruit. So we got strawberries, blueberries, fruit. I have, do I have a junky black and white picture of what this is going to look like? No. Okay, I'm doing Fruit Quartet by Teresa Wensler. How do you know it's a Teresa Wensler? Look at the floss list. Ah, look at all those blends. A full page. 32 count light sand linen. And that is the back. This is the front. I do not know what way this necessarily goes, but this is as far as I have gotten. I have 2 Teresa Wenslers in my WIP piles. The other one is slightly further along. They're fun. They're beautiful. The shading is great. I enjoy, you know what? I guess they remind me of Dimensions with the blends and stuff like that. They're fun. All right, so that was June. See, quick, easy. July. My theme for July is cottage, because that's where I hope to spend most of my July, but working is going to get in the way of that. All right, cottage. Walk on the Beach by Erica Michaels, because that's what we do. We have beautiful red sand beaches where we are. And there we go. My own colors. All right, next, Beach Blessing, also by Erica Michaels. May you always have a shell in your pocket and sand in your toes. Yep. I think that I'm actually pretty far along on this one. So without even seeing it, let's say this is going to be for sure finish number 3. Oh yeah. Just gonna get the border done and a pelican and some shells. I've got this. All right, next cottage is Come As You Are and Sit a While. Needle Bling Designs. We've got Adirondack chairs at our cottage that are painted green. So this is what I've got. Part of a green Adirondack chair. That looks like mostly hand-dyed by Rolanda in there. All right, last one in this stack. It was a new start for this year. It's Lila's Studio Summer Quaker. I'll put a picture here. I started this for Samantha, the Higa Stitcher's birthday. And, oh, you know what? I've got more of this done than I thought. Shockingly, this is a conversion to Roxy Floss. And there we are. So this is in with the cottage because there's the seashore, and I believe there's a lighthouse, which we have plenty of in the Maritimes. And that's it for July. So August, like I said, is my birthday month. So sheep and sunflowers is my theme. So that Summer in the Country that I already showed you has sheep. Here are some sunflowers. Oh, you know what? I'm also going to be starting Sunflower Cottage. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 seeds of sowing. So dreaming of sunflowers is what those seeds are going to grow up into. And this is all I've got. This will not be this entire piece of fabric, but that's middle top. At the beginning of this year, when I was still doing the challenge groups, this one was to be finished this year. I had divided it, let's see, do I have that? I had divided it into 12 parts. And I decided, like, so that's how I was going to do per month, what I was going to stitch on. Everything went sideways this year in February. So I didn't make it very long. But in February, one of my dogs passed away and put me into a bit of a spiral. And I needed something to take my brain off of it. So I took up quilting because it was a new craft. I could think too much, too easily while stitching and while knitting. So I picked up quilting because it was something new and I could concentrate on the learning of something new. And that helped. And then, I can't remember how. It was weeks, like 2 weeks maybe after my dog passed away. My other dog pulled me over and I broke my hand, which, let me tell you, as a stitcher / knitter, I dream of breaking my leg, so I'm not able to do anything other than sit and use my hands. But having a broken hand, it was no good. So by the time that my hand had healed up, I had gotten into quilting, which I really enjoyed, and I had fallen. So I make big plans, as you can see, and I like those stretch goals, but if I fall off, I feel I'm very all or nothing. It's like, oh, well, I've fallen off the wagon, so, you know, all bets are off. This was also supposed to be a no start year, and I made it all the way to August. And Lala D Stitches had this beautiful lady that she was stitching on. And I didn't start that particular beautiful lady, but I really wanted a beautiful lady. So I started another one. And again, once I started that one project, all bets are off and it becomes chaos. All right, continuing on. Oh, we're over an hour. I'm sorry. Okay, my last, I guess my only other one for my sheep and sunflowers is what I am terming sheep virtues in the meadow. I am taking the 12 little sheep virtues from this country cottage, Little House Needleworks, sorry. So there's 12 of these virtues. Look at this, called for DMC. So I'm stitching those 12 around a center. Where's my center pattern? Oh, in here. I am stitching them around sheep in the meadow. So this will be in the center, and then there's going to be the 12 little sheep virtues around it. And I'm going to pull these colors in this pattern from my little sheep virtues. And here we are. So it is called for DMC. However, I have added some DMCH wool because sparkle is life. So that snowflake there has a bit of sparkle. And is that all that I have on there so far? I think that's the only sparkle I've put on so far. But it'll show up. I have 3 done. Guys, it's amazing. Okay, I'll stop staring at it. It's cute. I have more done than I thought I did. It's all the good stuff. That WIP is over 2 years old. Okay. On to September, which, as I mentioned, is Long Dog Samplers. I just have to pull my piles this way, just a sec. Okay. So, Long Dog Sampler, I have my Saga that I'm starting end of February. Pointed Fifth, which is the pink on pink, and Opening Gambit. And then this is my 4th one. This is Death by Cross Stitch. You know it, you love it. It's insane. Here's my Rat's Nest of Floss. This is Roxy Floss. And here's where I am. I love it. Sana Lugana, 40 count probably. I think I've mentioned before when I showed this that I saw this floss pack actually at Stitch North. And I love blue and orange. And so I saw it and I'm like, oh my goodness, what pattern is that for? And they were like, oh, that's not for a pattern. It was just, they had, like the people who work there got to kind of pick out their favorite flosses or their color combos that they loved, and they sold those as floss packs. So this was one of them, and I needed it. I just love the colors. I didn't buy it actually at Stitch North because I was like, well, I don't know. If there had been a pattern, I would have jumped on it. So one of my table mates, I was stitching on Pointed Fifth at Stitch North. And so she said, oh, I have a long dog that I've stitched. And she was showing me pictures and she's like, I can send you the pattern. Sweet. So I got the pattern for Death by Cross Stitch. And then I thought, this is perfect. I was looking on Facebook, Instagram, and there were a couple of long dogs that I loved how they like did them in the multicolors, and so I thought that's what I'm gonna do. So I ended up ordering from Evertote the several of the floss kits. I think I got 5 of them, and they have 6 flosses in each. I can't remember, but I have plenty of floss, and I'm just choosing colors as I go, and it's fun. Okay, September, done. October, Halloween. And away we go. First up is Gigi. And so when I was getting ready for my video, I don't have the pattern in here. That's a problem. So the only picture I have of Gigi is on the bead pack, but I'm gonna have to find the pattern because, yeah, I have no idea where it is. It's been stored somewhere, I'm sure. I am so far along on her, and why I've not finished, I do not know. There she is, in all of her glory, in all of her 1/1 skin, which I believe is basically what I have left, is the 1/1 skin, a little bit on her, like the train of her dress, I think, and then the beading. She's beautiful. I want to know where her pattern is. Oh dear. All right. Next up here, All Hallows Eve Sampler, which I'm stitching with Elizabeth from Savory Sewing. We started it this year on Friday the 13th. in October. Here's what it will look like. And I love stitching on this. I love the fabric. I love my floss. Do I want to say it? Will I have this done this year? I am planning on bringing it out a couple times a month. I don't think I want to say it. Because as soon as I say it, I guarantee I will not stitch on it. Okay, up next, Mischief Brewing, which is a Teresa Kogut. This is just my junky black and white printout. I'm stitching this on 40 count, and it is, sometimes it just feels too small for me. But it's pretty. Just sometimes it's hard to stitch on this fabric. She's gorgeous. I want to stitch on that more. Like everything. Right? Right. All right, another Nora Corbett, which I started last November during my Start All the Things because I figured I would be done GG. I'm not. So I started Minerva. My dog, my big dog who pulled me over and broke my hand, her name is Athena, who is the same as Minerva in Greek versus Roman mythology. What way does this go? I don't know. This way, maybe? Yeah, there she is. I believe I have the beads for her as well upstairs. All right. This one's fun. This one's cute. I used to have 2 orange cats. Now I have 1. This is called Current Mood. It's from Just Cross Stitch. All that I have here is the pattern, but it's 3 pumpkins and an orange cat. And these are the orange cat's paws. It's cute. I love it. I want to have it done and up for Halloween. But I have no intention of stitching on that until October, so that's not going to happen. Okay, my last Halloween piece is Black Cat Cries by Teresa Kogut. I was in her Patreon, which is why I have so many of these. I actually canceled all of my Patreon subscriptions for this month and going forward. I just have so much, and I need to watch my spending. So I canceled it. I'll head back again, I'm sure. And this is where I am. This is that same fabric that the other Teresa Kogut was on. Just the holes are so tiny. Tiny, tiny. 40 count linen and fog. Okay, so that is October. We're getting there, guys. We are getting there. November, I am stitching autumn. Starting with Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow. I've shown this before on my channel. I am stitching the entire thing. The only change I'm making is I am taking these 2 Halloween blocks and putting them under the Thanksgiving blocks because I live in Canada and Thanksgiving comes before Halloween, as opposed to in the States where Halloween is before Thanksgiving. Other than that, I am doing this with the called for NPI silks because I am extra. And here is where I am. one block done-ish. I don't have that color for, I didn't buy all the silks. I have talked about this before as well. I had 24 silks in my advent calendar a couple of years ago, and I thought I had gotten the ones all for the beginning of the pattern, but I guess I missed that one. I intended to get my partner to fill up my advent calendar this year with 24 more silks, but I just didn't. Again, I don't need them right now. All right, next I have, do I have a printout of this? No. Oh, maybe? Mayhaps? No. Okay, this is Baba Yaga by Stitchy Princess, right here. It is on a huge piece of fabric, and it's just up here. This fabric I actually, well, this fabric and the pattern for Autumn at Hawk-Run Hollow, I won as part of the Autumn and Hawk-Run Hollow Black Needle Society virtual retreat. I won like the grand prize, so this was in it, the fabric. And unfortunately this fabric didn't fit Autumn at Hawk-Run Hollow, so I had to buy different fabric for that, but I am using this for my Baba Yaga, and I'll be able to use it for several other things. This is 32 count Stars Hollow. All right. Oh. Next, I have another Stitchy Princess. This is Acorn Fairy. And the colors are just very autumn. I love them. And all the little forest creatures. So cute. So cute. Called for DMC. Amazing. September of 2022. That was another Start All the Thing month. So we, in this group, we were planning a Start All the Things month in November. Instead of doing no new start November, we did all new start November. And so as we were kind of like gathering our new starts for November, you know, during the summer, we're like, I have all these new starts. Why don't we start it all September? So we started things all September, and then we started things all November. So here she is. She's got a cute little dress, and she has just a nose and eyes, no head. But she is just delightful. Cute. All right. Next is Bountiful Autumn by Owl Forest. So like I said earlier, I have 4 Owl Forest kits. I have the 4 seasons in this line because I love a series. So this is the only one that I have started. I started this in September of 2021. And I've actually, you know, got decent progress, but like I have the other 3 seasons, and at this rate, what way does this go? Doesn't really matter. At this rate, I am never going to get to see them. Need to get going. So here we go. And this is with the Owl Forest threads. Like, look at the variegation in those leaves. Ugh, so beautiful. And the orange here, it's awesome. So this is neat. It's cross stitches, and then the center is done with like a whole bunch of different specialty stitches. So that's fun. All right. So that is Bountiful Autumn by Owl Forest Embroidery. And last in this pile is Mushroom Meadow, also by Stitchy Princess. Looks like we're doing called for DMC in here too. That's, I don't know. All right. Ooh, this has a stitch marker on it. 2 stitch markers. What? There we go. Cute. Vintage Country Mocha Ada, 14 count. Yeah, this, I mean, I love my 40 count linens. 32 count linen, great too. But give me an Ada for when my eyes are tired. That is chef's kiss. Hour 25. Are you still with me? All right, on to December, Christmas. It's my longest list. Okay. Here we go. This is from a magazine, Just Cross Stitch. Joy. And it's a Roxy Floss conversion. Zoink. Yeah. Nice, easy ornament. When I get to December, I have a lot of ornaments in this pile. When I get to December and I haven't met my goal of 12 finishes, guess what? We're doing all ornaments. Next up in my pile is Oh Christmas Tree by, who are you by? All Through the Night? Pastime Pieces? I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. And I am stitching this in, seriously, 4 skeins. Can't estimate floss. Roxy Floss Dark Sage. And this I have a decent chunk done. Look at that. Look at that. This would work for my monochrome too. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah. See, I would love to get that done so that I can have these 3 skeins of Dark Sage back into my stash. All right, next. This is a bunch of ornaments. I only have, oh, I think I have a really junky printout. my printer was dying. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So that's horrible. This is from the Little Stitcher. It's called All the Colors of Christmas. She has a series, like she has a white series and a red series and a green series and so this is just one from each of the series. And I think I have started all 5. There's 1. These are, you know, start them all. There's another. Oh, I've only started, oh, I've started 3. And again, that's on, is that 14? Yeah, 14 count Ada. That's what I should be stitching on right now. I haven't been stitching a bunch. I don't know. I haven't been Christmassy this year for whatever reason. But yeah, I should pull out some of these easy projects and maybe that'll get me into it. Okay. Anyways, next up is Santa's Big Bouquet. Do I not have a picture of this? I do not have a picture. Here it is. It's by Teresa Kogut. And it is on scroll rods. And there it is. Awesome. Do I say it? Yes, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. This will be a finish. Was that number 3, 4? I can't remember. This will be a finish because I intend to work on it each month. All right. There's that. Okay, now we're into crazy. I have 3 12 Days of Christmas. stitches going. So first up, Liz Matthews. I am doing all 12 of hers on one ginormous piece of 20 count antique white. That I'm not doing the borders. So in case you haven't seen them, I am working on number 5. I'm working on the 5th day. So you see how they have like these borders? They all have different borders at the top and bottom. I am not doing those. I am just squaring it up. I started with 5 because it's in the middle, and that's as far as I've gotten. I am doing, it's charted in MPIs. I'm doing the DMC conversion. The only big change that I am doing is, if you look at the borders, to me, they look navy blue. They're actually charted in 310. They're charted in black. I am using, I don't have it in here, but it's 990 something, like that really dark navy blue that I should have written down or left some floss in here. I'll figure it out. Yeah, so I'm doing the borders in a blue because I thought, I mean, it's stitched in black, but to me, black is kind of harsh. So navy blue it is. Yeah, so there's my first 12 Days of Christmas stitch. Number 2 is a Teresa Wensler that I do not have a picture of. So here, this, when I was making my plans for this year, was supposed to be a finish. I was supposed to do 1 a month, but then chaos hit in February and I did not. So I have 1 done. I did my January block. There's my partridge in a pear tree. It's, what is this on? This is on 28 count antique white linen. This is all stitched over 1. Yeah. Everything is over 1 except for these borders, which are over 2, and it's a blended thread. It is going to be gorgeous. One day. One day. Big plans this year fell off the wagon. We'll see how long I keep up with my plans for next year. All right, number 3 in my 12 Days of Christmas is Jim Shore. This is a kit on 14 count Aida. And that's where I got to. Whoops. There's a partridge. It has backstitch. It'll stand out better. But look at his jacket. Look at like those swirls. And I love the background. And then this filigree stuff out here. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, there he is. Okay. And done. Maybe doing this video is going to get me onto stitching some Christmassy stuff. Okay, more ornaments. St. Nicholas by the Prairie Schooler. There are 8 of them. I don't know if I've started all 8. I think I have. Ooh, Oatmeal Rustico Aida, 16 count. So, I think they mostly got small-ish starts. So we don't necessarily know what ways they go, but I love this fabric and I love the floss colors. And yeah, tiny starts, 100 stitches. Oh, actually, I have a couple I didn't start. Okay, well, that one's the furthest along, I would say. And then there. Okay. So there's a bunch, and if I haven't gotten to my 12 finishes, I'm doing ornaments. they've all got the called for DMC. All right. Oh, my box is full and there are no cats in it. Okay, next up is Merry Christmas. It's an ornament from Just Cross Stitch. There it is. By My Big Toe Designs. Using my own colors. Not that you could tell what colors they were because it was in black and white. These are all hand dyed by Rolanda. Merry. Yeah, I want to get some Christmas stitching done. It's a week till Christmas. Time to start. We're getting there, you guys. Okay, Someday at Christmas. I bought this at the Jingle Ball last year. Heartstring Samplery. I bought another one of her Christmas Carol ones this year at the Jingle Ball. I think it was Go Tell It on the Mountain. I don't have it started though. All right. And my own colors. Oh, huh. This is not started. Never mind. Look at that. No start. I have fewer whips than I thought. Maybe I just start that one today. All right, moving on. Have I started you? Yes, I have. Christmas Bells Sampler. Also by Heartstring. Also got it at the Jingle Ball last year. Also a junky black and white photo. And tiny start. There it is. I think I needed to pull another green. I'm doing my own conversion and I have like red and pink and then one green. I think I need another green. Ooh, maybe I could use that dark sage that's I have 3 of. I don't know if it has to be lighter or darker than the green that I have. Okay. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Christmas Village Ornaments. This is a Dimensions kit. Dimensions Gold. 6 ornaments. I first saw Leanne from Forbidden Fiber stitching these years ago. A couple of years ago, I think. So I wanted them. And have I started all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there a 6th one? No, I've started 5 and there's a 6th one sitting there. So this is the one I'm furthest along with. I don't know why there's a hanging thread. Like, what the? Anyways, I love the colors in the sky. So pretty. And then the other ones are just starts. There and there. I love this color of blue. And that way? That way? There we go. I wish I hadn't cut them. It came with 1 piece of fabric, and I wish I hadn't cut the fabric into 6 pieces. Just so that I could use some sort of a hoop frame, something. That's all good. Okay, is this my last one? Oh my goodness. This is super old. Do I even have a start date? November 10th, 2020. So this would be, I think this is when I was just getting back into cross stitch, I want to say. This is called, I should tell you, Red Christmas by Jardin Privé. And I just have junky black and white printout. I pulled my own colors. But this is before I did everything in Roxy Floss. I don't think Roxy Floss was dying then. So I have 2 reds, a light red, a dark red, a green, and a gold. And I am actually, like, look at that. So I'm using the 2 shades of red in the motifs, the Quakers, and then green for the words, and just like a splash of gold. Okay, that's it. Those are the WIPs that I think I may touch next year. Okay, just kind of wrap it all up. We talked about the Gilmoreisms sal that I'm going to start in January, I believe. We talked about my long dog start for leap year. And the other start that I'm planning is Olivia the Forest Witch by Bella Filipina. I'll throw it here. I don't have the pattern yet. When I saw it released, I said, I need to stitch that. It is beautiful. So I went to my local needle workshop and asked for them to, if they were getting it in, and they said that they were going to wait for maybe some more releases before they order, because shipping from the Philippines is not, you know, not easy to do for a pattern. So I really want to get it from them, but if it doesn't materialize in, you know, the next month or 2, I'll probably just order it off of 123 Stitch or something. But I really want to get it started, and I might stitch it with Elizabeth of Savory Stitching, or Savory Sewing, who I'm stitching the All Hallows Eve sampler with. All right, so like I said, I have my monthly themes, and then I also have plans for days in the month. Because more plans are fun. So I am planning that Saga is, I'm going to be stitching every Sunday. I need 500 stitches a week. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I need 500 stitches a week if I'm going to get it done in 4 years. So I'm going to be stitching that on Sundays. And on the 29th of the month, if I need to catch up, I'm going to catch up on that day. On the 12th of each month, I am planning on working on one of my 12 days of Christmas. Now, the plan currently is to work on the Liz Matthews one first, try and get one of the days done. I'm working on the 5th day. And once that's done, I may switch to one of the other ones, or I may keep going. I don't know, but I want to get one of those done. 13th and 31st of the month, I intend to work on Halloween stitches. And so I'm going to be doing All Hallows Eve sampler, which, like I was saying, I love. I don't want to say it's going to get done this year because I don't know how much stitching is in that. I really want it to be done. I feel like I could, but I'm not going to say it because then I'll just not stitch on it. On the 17th, where is it? I don't know where it is. Where is it? On the 17th, it's over there. Okay. On the 17th of the month, I will be stitching on Trans Pride Tapestry. That's what I have been doing. That's what I will do going forward to get it done. The 24th and the 25th will be Christmas. That's going to be Santa's Big Bouquet until that is done, and then I'll choose something else. Now, I do have some other WIPs that I haven't shown you. I have Peppermint Lane, the Houses on Peppermint Lane by Pansy Patch Quilts that I'm working on. I have, what is that? The Dutch Beauty by Perman of Copenhagen that I'm working on. And I have several full coverage. Those didn't really fit into my themes, but they are big projects that I would like to get some work, and I will be picking them up. I'm sure I will. I have a lot of full coverage projects, but there's probably 2 that I see myself picking up when the mood strikes for full coverage. So yeah, that is basically it for my plans for next year for cross stitching. Just quickly for you, knitting plans. I could do a WIP parade for knitting, which is sad. My plans for knitting will be finish it or frog it. That's going to be what I'm doing next year. I have so many WIPs. My body has changed. My tastes have changed. So I'm going to pull one out and we're either finishing it or we're frogging it, putting the yarn back in the stash and moving on. Quilting, I don't have any solid plans for quilting. It will just be a, you know, when I want to go up and play with fabric, I'll be doing that. I am taking part in a block of the month starting in January, which is actually going to be 2 blocks of the month. Basically, I signed up with, who was it? The fabricloft.ca, and they have a block of the month where they're going to send me the pattern and the material each month to make the block, and at the end of the year I should have a quilt top. And they had an option. They have the colorway that they're planning, and then they also have a Christmas colorway, so you can make the 2 quilts alongside each other. So of course I opted for that as well. So I'm going to be getting 2 sets of fabric for that quilt, one that's going to be whatever their colors are, and one that's going to be Christmas themed. So that will be, you know, what I want to do for quilting. I would like to make some project bags. I don't know if you noticed, but I have a lot of plastic Ziploc bags. Ambulance. A lot of plastic Ziploc bags, and I would like to make some, you know, prettier bags for my projects. And like I said, next year I am intending to do a lot more reading, whether that is books, like paper books, or on my e-reader, or while I'm stitching and knitting, audiobooks. So that, you know, the audiobooks won't cut into my crafting time, but the reading of paper books and the e-reader will. But I've picked up reading again, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a great escape for me. So there you have it. We've made it. Pushing an hour 50. I hope you took breaks. I didn't. Now to try and edit this. I don't think there were a lot of pictures that I had to insert, so that's a good thing. There's still some, so I'll be working on that, get this up. I'm hoping to have a regular floss tube done sometime towards the end of the month. We'll see. Going forward, like I said, I'm going back to work, and my work is on a 4-week rotation. So I don't know what that's going to mean for floss tubes as far as timing goes. I would like to do, you know what, maybe I'll make my plans to do one at the end of the month to go over what I worked on, possibly discuss what I'm reading. I don't know if you guys want to hear that. Because I currently have, I'll do my stitching and my knitting and my quilting all in one video. It's just, you know, it is how it is. So I'm planning, hopefully do one at the end of each month, possibly a check-in partway through the month. We'll see. Yeah, that's it. I will stop babbling at you so that you can move on to, I'm sure, other great WIP parades and other plans. I can't wait to see everyone's videos of plans so I can add to mine. No. So thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. And yeah, enjoy the holidays. Bye-bye.